I wanted to make big changes. I wanted to make big, dramatic, fast changes. I wanted my life to be different. I wanted to become who I really felt I was inside. And I wanted to stop reacting to all this bullshit around me. So the fastest way to do that was to just eject. And that's what I did. That's what I did earlier this year. I just fully hit eject on everything. I just started a whole new journey. That's the most terrifying thing I've ever fucking done. I've leapt. I've leaped some leaps. Leapt some leaps. But like, man, this is the one. Like, I'm still in the air. I'm still airborne in this leap right now. And it's been months and months of like diving into the unknown, this new life. And there's so much coming up. Like, you know, you make some small changes in your life. You process them for a couple of weeks or maybe a couple of days, but you make like massive changes, and it's like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around everything after months. It's been a big year. I think for a lot of people, I think like a global pandemic, whatever beliefs you have about it, like it did change the world. It changed people. It forced us into like weird lockdowns and restrictions and disconnected us from our supports and our sanity in a lot of cases, and no one knew what was going on, and we were questioning everything. So there was all that in the mix. But I've been like building up and building up and building up to like just exploding for a long time. Like I've just felt trapped in my old reality. I felt like there was so much about who I was as a person, so much inside me that I wanted to express that just didn't have a place because of like, you know, the community and the family members and the friends and stuff that were around me. I just needed space. I just needed freedom. And I didn't even realize what I needed. I didn't really consciously know. I just felt fucked up. Like I was just, having like really bad, like usually nights or days, but usually nights, if I'd be alone or something, and I'd just be like thinking about everything, and I'd just be like, this isn't right, like, and yeah, just feeling less and less comfortable with myself, and just resentful and angry and blamey, just blaming everything, and just like knowing that I didn't want things to be the way they were, but like not knowing how to change it. And then I guess that's when I did I hit eject, and I just went for like a whole new thing, and like all these opportunities aligned at the exact time, like to allow me to do that in the biggest way imaginable, like with just the way that everything unfolded. It was like I was able to, it was like this once in a lifetime kind of opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Yeah, it was like, yeah, right when I was ready to leap, it's like the whole world was, like jump. So I did. Now, just been pacing around this afternoon, like just everything, like all the consequences, all the guilt, the sadness, the loss, the grief of the loss of all the things that were my life and that I loved. It's just like a deeper layer of that is coming through. But ultimately, it's all for the best. Like That's why I started the video the way that I did. I wanted big changes. I wanted to absolutely transform my life. Like I was tired of these small incremental, like baby steps. I think I've talked about that before as well. Like just felt like I wasn't really getting anywhere. And I was just I can, it was like, I feel like I can sprint to the finish line, but for some reason I've got to do this like weird waddle thing, because of like external circumstances, but I'm choosing the external circumstances. So what would happen if I stopped choosing them? What would happen if I did just sprint to the finish line? What if I did just like give everything I fucking have to what's inside of me for an extended period of time and don't back down? That's the story about right now. So hopefully it's a good one. I feel so close. I feel like it's all right there. It's all ready to fall into place. All of the pieces that I've been working on, all of the thousands and fucking thousands of hours that I've spent, probably tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands. I don't know how ridiculous that sounds, but it feels like it's been an eternity of just working on this huge thing and trying to make it real out of my imagination while everybody else is looking at it going, what the fuck is that? You know, I don't know. It's funny. I think it's taken shape enough now that almost anybody can look at what I'm doing and have an idea of what it's supposed to be. It makes sense now, but for so long it didn't. It's just like, what is this guy trying to do? I'm just trying to live my best life and express what's inside of me to the fullest. But you don't have to do this, eh? You don't have to. It's a choice. I could have stayed at Macrack. That's where I was like, my spray painting job, my last muggle job before I just started taking these leaps and started making these big changes. I guess back then, leaving that job was like, it felt bigger than what I've done this year. Like it felt more scary, more terrifying, because it was the first like fully like unknown plunge into like, fuck, what's gonna happen? But you know, here we are. It's getting easier to leap. It's getting easier to stay on track and continue. Oh fuck, I keep hearing shit. Like I thought there was a car coming, but it's just because there's so much wind blowing. It sounds like traffic on the highway in the distance sometimes, and yeah, I'm not hallucinating. It's okay, I'm not crazy yet. I'm just, yeah, going through some things. It's all good. I want to go through it. I want to feel all this shit because I don't want it inside me. I don't want to just have this like deep inside me and be totally unaware of it and have it influencing and affecting me and impacting on my relationships and all of that. Like I want to get all this done, all of this processed. I want to figure out who I am, and I want to be who I am, and then like see what kind of life forms around that, see what kind of relationships form around that, see what kind of community forms around that. It's a bit selfish, I reckon. Like this idea that we all want to be ourselves, like we don't want to compromise, we want to be authentic, we want to live our dreams in that. Like just in the present moment, that's what came to mind. Like, is that selfish? Like, should we just like get over ourselves and just go and find our spot in society that's like already there? Like just go get your job, like just do what, like just participate. Like there's already stuff there, there's the infrastructure, there's a system, there's jobs, there's everything. Like you just find a good spot and chill. But no, some of us have to make our own spot in the world because we feel like all of the spots that have already been created aren't good enough. That's me just making fun of myself. And like, yeah, I don't know, maybe you relate as well. But there's like some of us that are just like, fuck, none of it makes sense. Like there's no spot for me. There's like, all of it just feels like really, really draining. But in saying that, I've started feeling drained again now. Like I'm feeling jaded again now. It's the same kind of feeling that, like it's the same feeling as waking up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to get in the car and drive to work. Except I'm waking up in my swag, the sun is rising, I'm in nature, in a beautiful place. But it's that same feeling deep inside me, like something's wrong, and I don't know why I still have it. And I think it's got something to do with like, it's not that I'm not doing what I want, or it's not that I don't have what's going to make me happy. It's that I haven't made peace with just being in whatever circumstances I'm in. Like I'm still chasing something. I'm still wishing something. I'm still hoping that my life will be better than it is now. Like, and I think that's what makes me wake up feeling that. So like I could have never gone on any of this journey, and I could have just like faced that inside myself while I was still working at MacRack. Maybe I shouldn't say the name. I don't know. But like, yeah, maybe I could have just been like, you know what, I'm okay with this, and made peace with it. And that feeling would have gone away. And then I would have never gone on journey after journey after journey trying to figure out what's going to make that feeling go away. Because all that feeling is like me not accepting. I'm not accepting reality as it is. I want it to be different. But I do want it to be different as well. Like, as much as I say, like, I could just accept it. It's like that balance thing again between like the ego wanting to do all these things and like the spirit just being at peace. Like, there's got to be a balance. Like, you can't just like accept everything. You can, and you'd be very at peace. But there's like, I feel like there's value in striving. There's got to be. Otherwise, I'm just like fucked up everything for no reason, like over and over again, because I've been chasing something, some feeling inside myself, or some idea of like how things could feel, and maybe it doesn't even exist. But I do know, like, all this stuff aside, all this stuff's real, all this stuff is feelings and thoughts in the present moment, but like all of it aside, I do know that it's going to be worth everything that I'm experiencing and feeling and going through right now in the future. I know that like what I'm creating and what I'm going through is going to help a lot of people. I know that like everything that I've done, like the thousands of hours that I was talking about, that stuff all exists now. It's all there to help people. It's all there to connect with people. And like I've done all this practice, and now I can communicate pretty well, and I have all these skills. Like it's gonna be good. I'm gonna be able to contribute so much more. So like how I said before, like it's selfish that we want to be our best selves, but then again it's like not, because when we work on ourselves and we just try to reach our true potential, maybe it's selfish early in the journey when we're expecting like all this time, energy and space, like, and just like not giving back anything. And we're just like trying to work on ourselves, focus on ourselves. It's all about us. But then in the future, once we've like figured it all out, we're able to contribute infinitely more than we would have been able to if we had just like fallen into line and done what we're told. So balance, balance, balance. It all comes back to balance. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button for me. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you again very shortly. Thanks for sharing this moment.